Namaste everyone. Welcome to our weekly Sangha where we discuss about many things all related to yoga, spirituality, or a different viewpoint to certain scenarios of life, a yogic viewpoint or spiritual viewpoint. I had a few questions today, but before that, I will wish everyone happy Dasara or happy Vijayadashmi. Traditionally, there was yesterday Vijayadashmi is a story about Rama conquering Lanka, the Ravana in Sri Lanka, after who have a big military, but Rama was himself in a forest with help of military of Vanaras back in those days. We probably think Neanderthal, that they do look like Vanara Prajati, the Vanara race. But if you take it in a modern day or day-to-day principle, how you can celebrate Vijayadashmi or how you can take that celebration of the moment of the event or the auspicious day. Thus, Anand, they say Ravana had 10 heads. So is your 10 indriyas, your 10 senses are head, basically, of your creativity, intelligence, or however you like to relate to it. Rama is your spirit or your inner self, the inner truth, or your Atman. The time your inner spirit, the inner Rama, the Atma, can conquer all of the senses, you can celebrate Vijayadashmi of yourself. Also, there is many vrittis as well. The day you can conquer all of your vrittis, become master of them, you can celebrate Vijayadashmi. But beyond that, is people from Indian origin, or Sanatana Dharma origin, or the Eastern origin. I wish everybody a happy Vijayadashmi. But next question I had, somebody asked earlier today, is very similar relation to the question that I'm talking earlier is now. How do I overcome? Person asked me to keep anonymous, I will keep it anonymous. How do I stop being slave to my senses? Even said, don't answer me on YouTube. But this question is very relevant, my friend, and many people can benefit from that. Slave to your senses, you are looking or you are in search for your inner peace, the inner self, or trying to taste something higher, but society or you can call it education system or cycle of mind that around us creates insecurity, creates similar kind of behavior patterns. Sometimes you do not want certain things, but you end up desiring, end up doing, despite you have no need for them. So either you looking for something really meaningful or inner alignment or the inner awakening, there's something that can awaken yourself, something gives you a real taste of your existence. Or sometimes if the senses are not had anything, then you get to taste it. You are hungry. You are hungry for something very meaningful, something with a higher value or higher inner peace or higher taste. Till then, your senses will continue looking for it. No matter how much you try to control them, they will continue searching. Till you align your inner self, all of the senses to your inner self, at that time you may not be slave to your senses. Till then, you will be slave to your senses, no matter are you a spiritual person or a material person. But remember, when I talk about not being slave to senses, does not mean you suppress. There is a difference. You do not stop seeing, you do not stop hearing, you do not stop tasting, you do not stop feeling. Every sense is still working. It is not about killing your senses, remember. It is not about denying your senses. It is not about suppressing your senses. It is about engaging your senses with the inner peace. And you can still encounter all the emotions, all the sensations of the body, but all of your senses are only working in to gain the inner peace, to gain the inner tranquility or inner harmony. If any of your senses in disalignment or disagreement, what you are doing, you are not in inner harmony. Your senses are trying to pull you away. But deep down inside, you feel completely different, but senses making you do completely different. So, being slave to your senses, how to master the senses. First, you need to understand, become aware the energy sensation of senses. Majority of the time, majority of people using the senses not even aware what vibration, what sensation is happening through senses. They're just being consuming the senses. They're consuming the energy, the information of the senses, rather than being attentive, being alert, being aware. What is happening 99.99% of the time, whatever your mind tells you to do is not need to be doing. Sometimes, how many times you actually have to speak? If you observe it, 70 to 80% of the time, you do not need to speak or react. So this is a self-observation. The once you start doing self-observation, you create a possibility for self-realization, self-understanding. Or, depending on the path you are on, if you can engage all of the senses into a one action, you can also stop create a possibility of not being slave to your senses. Some people say Bhakti Yoga, the path of compassion, path of love, path of devotion. I know many devotional, religious devotion people. when your devotion becomes just a duty, an obligation to fulfill, or action to do, because as in rituals are good, depending how you relate with them. You are saying, preaching, the stealing is bad, but you go on stealing. I know many spiritual or non-spiritual person will not disclose it. So even the mark of bhakti, mark of yoga, the path of yoga, path of meditation, inner work, whatever you have learned, try to start implementing. The day you stop implementing, just only learning, that learning, it just becomes a burden on you. Only time your knowledge, understanding how to liberate, how to understand, how to grow from the control of the senses, control of abilities, but to understand them, to accept them, but not react to them, will only happen when the knowledge or awareness or the teachings you receive, you start implementing them. Till then, if you just keep searching, keep having the knowledge about this type, many different types of them, you get more confused and you create more possibility for a self-burden. And that burden will make you feel guilty every day that you are slave to your senses because you think you have the knowledge, but you cannot implement it. That becomes a more dangerous and more painful for one person. So I have one more question. How to get over shame and self-sabotaging? Sometimes, if you do not have a good self-esteem, you will self-sabotage. Sometimes people will self-sabotage because they want to feel poor me. Or your mind may like to get attention. When you self-sabotaging, people start feeling sorry for you. You want people to feel sorry for you, give you attention, give you a recognition, give you a little extra attention or extra comfort. Many reasons somebody will self-sabotage. Sometimes you can self-sabotage because being stubborn, not being flexible enough mentally. Then you will feel shame because you have done something, you reacted without thinking. Source of shame is come from reacting without thinking, embarrassment. So you do not need to be shamed because you are unique in your own way. When you stop comparing yourself to other people, you can overcome the shame. You can overcome the shame only way the when you start accepting who you are and unique and individual. You are on the path of self-understanding, exploring your mind, exploring your senses, and trying to connect with your own self. Sabotaging before you react. Do not react. Only thing, remember, whenever your mind likes to react, hold it for a moment, take a few deep breaths. Take a few deep breaths and rethink. Have an overview of whatever the mind asking you to react. You can slowly grow out of self-sabotaging. If you're feeling pity or looking for attention or want other people to feel sorry for you, that is a different story. I know many people who self-sabotage because if you get too cocky or feeling that nothing can happen without you, that can also create arrogance, can also make a self-sabotage. Source of arrogance, ignorance, and feeling sorry, looking for attention, lack of self-esteem that you burn out like a pressure cooker. Steam burns are very dangerous. So if you are stubborn, that can also become a problem for self-sabotaging. Then it will create a shame because you don't want to show your face. You do not want to face the fact and the reality of what you have done. Then you start going inside, eating yourself day by day, and feeling shame of embarrassment and how people will think of yourself. Because you know what you have done. That creates shame. So, my friend, do think about, hold in your tracks before you react. Remember some time ago, only way you can self-sabotage if you start seeing every situation as an individual and watch the pattern in them that your mind creates or your behavior pattern into them. The day you start taking responsibility for your actions rather than making other people feel responsible, whatever happens to you is because of other people. No. Everybody try in their capacity to the best. Maybe there's many people who can't. So I will keep anonymous your question as well. It is a very dear student of mine who trained to be a teacher. I do remember a little encounter even walking out of a training program. That was self-sabotage. Because mind cannot hold on to even for a moment of question. Mind cannot hold on to the emotions. Mind cannot hold on to the sensations, just want to react. So if you need further assistance and help, regular meditation will be the best idea. Take a deep breath the moment before you're reacting. Take a few deep breaths, start shaking the body, jumping up and down if you can. Distract your mind doing something or go for a good walk. That can be very helpful. I have one more question. Would like to check in and see how everybody is feeling these days. My feeling vacillate between daily high and lows, with overriding disappointment, being kind with using these words towards states, media, and other mundane aspect of living on this planet. My friend, life is only mundane if you are not celebrating your existence while you are on the planet Earth. There is a way to be happy. Do not watch news. Don't listen to the television, what television is saying. They just want to control. Or don't listen to the media, it is annoying. And if your mind making stories after listening to it, when you like to have discussion on a coffee table and like to prove that you are aware and up to date of what is going in the world, yes, your life will be very mundane and it will continue to be mundane. Till you start spending more time with yourself than the other people's mind, your life will be mundane. I can assure you that much. The day you start spending more time with your mind, life start getting joyful and you start celebrating life. Sometimes we are habitual to our actions from day one. Not just it happened because due to the age or what situation is happening in the global media on health-wise or mental health-wise or physical health-wise about big, I can't say the name because they will censor my video. So remember, media, state, governments, corporates, they all want to control you. Different way of slavery. Slavery never left, still exists. The way they make you is slightly different. I can assure you, you probably have got many desires watching advertisement. You are hooked, you are hungry. You create greed inside you, then you have to work hard enough to fulfill that greed. So, media, how to be joyful in this mundane living planet. I live on this planet, I'm very happy. I don't see it my mundane, boring life or feeling let down or raised or angered because I don't really read news or hear news. Even if I'm traveling sometime and somebody have news on, I tell them, please can you switch it off because I'm downloading my own news. I do not need to listen to the news somebody else telling me. I create news. Rather than consuming news, you should start observing your news. Your body is producing information 24/7. Your body is producing information 24/7. That is your news. That is your connection to the growth or to the happiness. But you suppress, you ignore that news, what your body, your mind, the energy frequency in your body is talking, but you start putting decorative news over yourself from all around as you can. And that brings the fear, that news brings the greed, news brings the anxiety, that news brings aggression, that news brings frustration because you're collecting from outside. It does not belong to you. It is foreign information. It's not yours. Any foreign invasion will create a inner battle. So now you have your information and external information are fighting constantly. You are responsible for that inner battle inside you. So my request and my advice will be very simple. Switch the TV off, open the window, throw it outside. End of your problems. Or spend more time meditating than listening to the news. You can continue watching TV, continue watching radio. Sometimes people have TV on 24/7 without even they're aware they have TV on. They have news on. In every room you walk in, they're listening to news, and the body may not actually even need a warm clothes, but temperature guy says today is temperature going to be -2, and you start putting mentally feeling of so many layers of clothes. Go outside, enjoy the nature. If your body feels cold, put clothes on. But that doesn't work that way nowadays. So listen to your body, listen to your mind more than actually listen to other people's information, especially when information coming from corporate and corporate media, control media, that is very dangerous. So, next question. I hope that might not offend many people because I know some people who are in the media industry, they might think you're talking not very nicely. So, please do forgive. I only can say what I know because my friend would like to have my opinion. Living on this planet is very interesting. Very interesting. You have a possibilities to transcend or ascend. Choice is always yours. You can transcend your awareness or you can descend your awareness. You can transcend your consciousness or you can descend your consciousness. You can align with higher vibration or don't align with any vibration at all, or adho gati vibration that takes you completely different direction. So I have one more question. I think we can fit that in the opinion of Yogi on meditation experience. Meditation is a big topic, my friend. If you can enjoy and fully awaken body, and you can feel your body in every movement, every sensation of the body, that can be the first early stage. But not seeing blue light or white light or golden light, that not I will classify as a meditation. First, you need to become alert of your body, aware of your body. No matter what circumstances, what situation, you are always attentive, alert, and available to your body. You are completely switched on. Some people practice meditation to switch off their mind. I am completely, totally disagree with those people. Doesn't matter who the person is. Your meditation should switch your mind on, not switch off. I have seen, I just want to switch off. You are already switched off. How more you can switch yourself off? I've seen people come to meditation class, I want to switch off my mind. I just want to have a switch off. You are already switched off. There is no awakening inside. There is no light inside at all. There is nobody inside. And you want more not to be nobody. You want to switch off. You are in the wrong place. If you want to switch off, go and have a good party. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your night. That will be switching off. Meditation is switching on. Meditation is awakening you. Awakening means you are waking up. When you're waking up, you are switching on. You are becoming more alert, more aware, more presence within your own body. So if you have intention when you're meditation that I want to switch off my mind, not at all. Don't do it. You are creating more problem for yourself. You're just creating an illusion or hysteria. Or you're just creating a borrowed experience. Just another layer of burden on top of your mind, because after meditation, now you are expected of you to be in state of peace. You are expecting from yourself, you are expecting from yourself to be in peace, to be in tranquility, but quietness, not to have too many thoughts, but somebody irritates you. After meditation, you love, you become a kaboom. Then, so what meditation does not work. My friend, meditation always works if you are meditating. So, do not try to switch off when you're meditating. Switch on, become aware of your senses, become aware of the energy, become aware of your body. Observe every frequency, every vibration. That is your samskaras in your body. That is your karma is stored in your body. More aware you become of your karma, more aware you become of your samskaras, you create a possibility for growth. You create a possibility for transcending your awareness. You create a possibility to grow, to remain alert. When you are alert, you cannot miss any moment of being while you are on this planet and in this body. And that is being celebrating life. There is no celebrity is celebrity till the body is awakened. For me, who's my celebrity? Buddha is my celebrity. Krishna is my celebrity. Rama is my celebrity. Celebrities, awakened siddhas are my celebrity, not those people who you call them celebrities. They are not celebrity at all. But your ideals are wrong. Vivekananda is celebrity. Also, for many people, is celebrity. It's not about the moment you learn to start celebrating your life, your presence inside the body is vibrating. Ramana Maharshi is a celebrity. So, my grandfather is celebrity for me. He always inspired. He taught how to celebrate my living on this planet. So, on that note, we have a few minutes left. See if I have any more question. I have. Anybody have a question in group while you are on the meeting with me here on YouTube as well as in a off YouTube in a Zoom meeting?
Yogi,
Yes, my friend.
I have a question for
Yeah.
you. Why most people enjoy being sad in a theater, in a movie theater, and can't enjoy their sadness they create in their lives?
Pardon?
I ask why most people enjoy being sad inside the movie theater in the same way they cannot enjoy their own sadness.
No,
They are,
reason, my friend, because they can relate with it. They're feeling sorry for somebody else. Sometimes people are just sad uh, because somebody is more sad than them. And sometimes you can enjoy the sadness because you can relate with it. So it becomes a collective sadness. If that makes sense to you?
yes, I I think acceptance is the difference.
Yeah,
You accept being sad inside the theater, but you not accept being sad in your own life.
that's what I said. Because they, is sadness, they can resonate with it. They do not want to look at their sadness. Indirectly, their sadness comes out by seeing other people's sadness. So they, other people's sadness may trigger their sadness. Let's say if you see somebody sad, you start feeling sad. So because inside your body is quantum physics, remember, your molecules in the body reacts in the environment you are in. Other people's sadness in theater, you are watching while you are there in theater. When you can be very sad if you're watching a happy movie, you can become a very happy for a little momentary. That's called Sangha Bhranti, illusion of association. You understand? There is a
Yes,
word in Sanskrit we have called Sangha Bhranti, illusion of association. Like let's say if somebody is mourning and you arrived into the area and atmosphere, you can be very happy, you have the best day, and you arrive in an environment where everybody is sad, and you can just pick up that vibration. You sit down, now your body, your mind start feeling sad. Same is in theater, because some people just go to acknowledge or can I bring their, indirectly, unconsciously bring their sadness out. If that makes sense?
yes, thank you.
So I will always say your association Sangha is very important. The type of people you hang out, type of people you alliance with. I can tell you that I had a, I never used to drink a tea before. And I had people start drinking tea, and then I noticed myself, and I start, time to time they offer tea, I start taking tea. Then I said, I don't really like tea. Then I stopped. And then I realized I just picked up. Whenever I only had a tea in their association, I never had a tea. If I ever need to have, I need to make a bit of chai sometime. But that was all. Then came down to a coffee. Same. Then I realized I'm just having coffee because of association. I don't really need it. So, similarly, You can have a illusion of association. Some of your actions are just inhibited. But luckily, I hanged out with lots of drug addicts. I never took a drug in my life. I hanged out with many people who smoke non-stop, chain smokers. But I never picked up that habit. So, sometimes if you have a association that is affecting either your health or mental health, you must change. Align your association of the health where you feel emotionally contained, physically healthy, mentally healthy is a very important part. Sometimes, if you are doing it, how do you know what is healthy and not healthy? That is also a question. Sometimes what is mentally you think is not healthy might be very healthy. Sometimes you may think emotionally not healthy, but might be very healthy. That only time you can decide it if your awareness is higher. I have one last question. I have several other questions, but I can't answer all the questions I have. How yoga can improve the quality of our life? What is life? That should be the person first. So let's take that question next week. If not, let me answer it today. How can yoga can improve our quality of life? What is life? Means all of your senses are working happy, you are contained, with less physical discomfort, with clarity. If yoga can bring sense of clarity, bit of contentment, self-awareness, less physical discomfort, less physical pain, healthier respiratory system, healthier digestive system, flexibility, less back pain, neck pain. Beyond that, less mental pain, where mind drives you crazy. Creating a bit more space within your body, within your mind. Better management of time, quality of mental thinking. They're not just your thoughts are completely relentless, constantly thinking, but when you practice yoga, you have a single focused mind. Creativity is awakened. The mind is awakened, your body is awakened. Will that not be helpful to your life? Will that not be helpful to anybody's life? When you go for a run, you run 50 meters, you're out of breath, sit down, or you're a couch potato. I do have nothing wrong with people who are overweight or too skinny. So whichever way it is, if you are underweight, yoga can help you to have a good digestion system to bring your body to a right BMI. If you have poor appetite, poor metabolism, yoga can help. Yoga can help to control the addiction level in your body, addiction level of the mind, which overall building a healthier relationship to yourself and everyone around you, will that not have impact on your life? What is life? Life is how you feel in your body and how you use your body while you are in the body. That is life. What you working fogginess, you bring clarity. That can be very helpful. Yoga can bring clarity. Reduce your fogginess of your head. Yoga can reduce the procrastination, which is majority of the time people waste so much of time just procrastinating. Yoga can reduce the creative intelligence. Yoga can reduce your creative intelligence of being crafty, brings a bit more sweet thinking, and can increase your creative intelligence for productivity rather than being crafty, rather than finding the way to judge other people, try to pull other people's leg, try to make them feel little. If you can grow, everybody can grow around you. That's what beauty of yoga is. It's called contagious happiness, contagious celebration of joy, and sharing the love or your peace of mind that yoga creates. Yoga can help many things. Yoga can actually bring peace to this planet if everybody practice yoga properly. Remember the word I'm saying. Not buying the fancy leggings is practicing yoga. Not buying the fancy outfit or yoga mats is practicing yoga. Yes, sometimes you need them. But having merchandising around yoga, maybe that's when you lose it. When money becomes involved in practicing yoga, yes, you need the money, you need the uh, circulation of emotion, circulation of energy is required. But there's again one aim of yoga is just only corporate, that there is a problem. Yoga cannot improve the quality of life because you will be subject to a brainwash. You will be subject to the capitalism. So yoga only can improve the quality of life if you relate with yoga and you understand yoga. Not just only aim of yoga is not wearing yoga clothes and striking yoga pose and anywhere and everywhere and waiting for how many likes and comments people can make being silly. That's not yoga. If you're practicing yoga, yes, sure, yoga can improve your life many different ways. On that note, thank you everyone. I have one more question somebody asked. Let me see. It's probably related to the topic I'm talking. Can you speak more about practice of yoga to work with aspect of ourselves that cause mental and physical suffering? Yoga, the physical suffering and mental suffering, where is stored? Is in the body. Your body is the mind. When you're practicing either physical movement of yoga, remember exercise versus yoga, two separate things. If you're using yoga as an exercise, it's different. If you're using yoga as in yoga and practicing with the awareness of the body, many memories your mind is holding, the patterns will appear. You watch them and let them pass. Some of the physical discomfort, the pain the body is holding will appear, the fears will appear. You watch it, let it pass. You're creating a healing pattern to it. Yoga can help to release the physical suffering the body have encountered the day you got conceived. Even before that, your great grandmothers, they say approximate 7 generations back, what you are today, you have the memories and suffering of that lineage, that samskara, that karma that you are carrying, the emotions you are carrying. When you practice yoga, when you practice meditation, it creates a possibility to unchain yourself from the limitation of those samskaras, the layers of the memory that you are holding. Your physical and mental are both very related to each other. Whatever is happening in physical body or physical level, that will affect your mental level. What is happening on mental level already have happened before. Inside, a lot more things have taken place before you become aware of it mentally, and then before you become to the physical appearance, there's so many things taking place in that process. The best technique is a vipassana, to just observing, awakening the every part of your body is very important. There's sometimes people feeling simmering senses, they're just cold, but not really. That cold triggered from certain part of the body, that holding memory pattern, and triggering taking place in your foot, you might be feeling the cold in your shoulder. That is an emotional relationship or physical relationship. Sometimes in yoga, you are standing or doing some other postures, supposed to feel somewhere else, but you are feeling somewhere else. It is a release of emotion in the body. So many different ways yoga can help your physical and mental suffering. But remember, most physical and mental suffering is lack of acceptance, lack of being open, receptive, resistance. Yoga actually, when you're practicing asanas, you have where you work against resistance, you work with resistance, you work with acceptance of a limitation, what you can't do, what you can do. So if you try to do what some other people are doing, you are going into a competition, you are not accepting yourself. So indirectly, you are training your mind to practice acceptance. Indirectly, you're training your mind not to compete. Indirectly, you're training your mind to observe the suffering of the body. Some postures are very complicated, very difficult. But you will walk out of them, or you find your comfort point and observe their suffering, make a peace with it, accepting it again. Sometimes, many times, the many scenarios in life can be very complicated, very difficult, can make you feel very angry, heat in the body. You would like to walk out of it. Similarly to a very complicated yoga posture. Sometimes your mind cannot comprehend how to get into the posture, how to do it, and you have to think about breath, you think about being calm, think about being aware, think about being attentive, and still maintain the balance and still do the posture. That is itself an art. So you're dealing with physical suffering, you're dealing with mental suffering, same time in the posture, and still try to make acceptance and making peace and continue breathing. All those things you are doing in one movement. But if you checked out while you're doing it, or trying to go to a happy place while you're doing yoga posture, that can be the problem for you. It means you are not practicing yoga. You are running away from the body, imagining a nice sunset. And but you are in the very complicated yoga posture that is feel like agony. You want to get out of the posture, but you checked yourself out. You decided to go to some beach somewhere, or in a Buddha dome in a yogi well India, because you feel very peaceful there. So many reasons. So on that note, I think I will not take much time because some of you feel never come back again next week. That's going to happen. And thank you everyone. See you very soon. Pranam. All the conversation for today will remain on YouTube. You can share it. If you like it, you can listen to it. You think somebody might benefit from it, please so share